Chapter 21. The End of the Passage. Panic momentarily took possession of Nancy Drew as her light flickered out. She was a prisoner within the secret staircase. Without a light, there was little hope that she could find the exit. After her first fright had passed, she began to think more logically. Through a crack in the wall, a dim light filtered. Unquestionably, she had reached the end of the passage, and if only she could find the secret, the wall would open. Perhaps the metal ring will open the panel, she thought hopefully. Grasping it firmly with both hands, she pulled with all her strength. A trapdoor fell back so unexpectedly that Nancy nearly lost her balance and tumbled down the stairs. Only by maintaining her hold on the ring did she save herself. Beyond the opening, she could see a room. Where was she? Had she doubled back and thus returned to Nathan Gambit's dwelling? Scarcely daring to breath lest her presence be discovered, she crawled through the opening and hastily scrambled to her feet. The room was dimly lighted by one window, and as she glanced toward it, Nancy was surprised to see the moonbeams shining upon the casement. Evidently, she had been within the passage for some time, as it had stopped raining. In the dim light, she could not make out her surroundings. She moved forward with the utmost caution. As she groped her way, she reached out with her hand and touched something. It was a piece of furniture. Eagerly, she felt of it and then smiled broadly. She knew that old highboy. She remembered seeing it the day she had searched the Turnbull attic. Nancy's anxiety fell from her like a cloak. She leaned against the highboy and chuckled softly. Now she knew where she was. She had traveled from Gambit's house underground to the Turnbull mansion. The stairs she had ascended had led up the side of the house to the attic. Undoubtedly, the other flights she had passed led to other portions of the old house. But why had she failed to discover the trapdoor when she had first examined the attic, she asked herself. Certainly, she had made a thorough search. I can't see a thing without a light, she grumbled mentally. I suppose I'll have to wait until morning before I can investigate this attic again. Nancy did not close the trapdoor, for she was afraid that if she did, she might never again find the spring which opened it. In the morning, she would visit the attic and again enter the hidden staircase. Now I'll go to my room and try to sleep, she decided. It's long past midnight and I'm dead tired. Softly, she crept forward, feeling her way out of the attic. She found the stairs which led to the floor below and quietly descended them. I hope Floretta and Rosemary don't hear me, she chuckled. If they do, they'll think the ghost is abroad again. She slipped past Rosemary's bedroom and reached her own in safety. What an adventure! She sighed happily as she closed the bedroom door behind her and lighted a candle. What a night! I hope I'll never go through another as harrowing. Still, I wouldn't have missed it for worlds. Hastily, she undressed and crawled into bed, but she did not fall to sleep at once. Instead, she lay awake staring up at the ceiling. As she pieced together the information she had secured from every source, she comprehended the value of her night's work. She understood it all now. Nathan Gambit was the guilty party. It was he who had visited the Turnbull mansion at frequent intervals, frightening the old ladies and stealing their valuables. Since Nancy had learned that he wished to buy the Turnbull property at a ridiculously low figure, she had been convinced that it was Nathan who made nightly visits to the mansion. But without definite proof of her theory, she could not lay her case before the authorities. Now she had the necessary proof. Probably the secret tunnel which connected Gambit's house with the Turnbull residence had been built before Civil War days and had been planned as a protection against possible marauders. At that time, the Turnbull brothers had been friendly, and Nancy imagined that they used the passage frequently as a means of going from one house to the other. But with the Civil War, the brothers had become enemies and the passageway had been closed up. With the passing of the years, it had been forgotten, until now the descendants could recall nothing about it. In some way, undoubtedly by accident, Nathan Gambit had stumbled upon the entrance. He had determined to use the knowledge to further his own ugly schemes. Probably there are openings on each floor, Nancy thought. It would be easy for Nathan to go from one room to another without being discovered. It would be just like him to hide and listen to any conversation he could. She recalled the strange threatening note she had received, which had warned her not to meddle with the affairs of the Turnbulls. She was convinced that Gambit had sent the message. He had heard Floretta and Rosemary discussing the letter, and in that way had learned that she was expected to arrive. The loss of the pocketbook, the silver spoon, the urn, the pin, and Floretta's dresses could be easily explained. Nathan had entered the house by the secret staircase and had taken the things. There must be an opening into the library, Nancy told herself. I intend to find it tomorrow if I have to chop down the wall. It was no longer a mystery how the canaries had reached Floretta's room. Probably Nathan had accidentally left the entrance to the tunnel open on one of his visits to the mansion, and the birds had flown through the opening and had found their way to the house, or possibly the miser had brought them with him. The loud cry which had been heard in the night was easily explained. Nathan Gambit had fallen over the broken step on the stairway and had hurt himself. Served him right, too, Nancy thought, with some pleasure. Satisfied that she had solved the mystery, she turned over in bed and tried to go to sleep. But she could not. Worries began to beset her. Until Nathan Gambit was brought to justice, her work was not accomplished. It would not be easy to capture him, she knew, for the miser was a desperate man when crossed. If only her father were at home to give her advice. What can have become of him? She fretted as she tossed restlessly in bed. I'm so worried. If I don't hear from him tomorrow, I must report him missing to the police. Not until it was nearly dawn did she fall into a troubled sleep.